Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation.
One of our favourite people in the universe to interview is Chris Isaak. Can you believe he hasn't been here for 8 years? So we're thrilled that he's coming back to our shores. Chris Isaak, hello.
Hey, it's about time. I'm ready.
Where the hell have you been? What have you been doing?
Have you been in prison?
No, well, we had toured right before like the pandemic, and we were going to take a year off and do something else, and then the pandemic hit right in the middle of when we were supposed to come back. So I've been saying, when are we going back to Australia? When are we going back to Australia?
Yeah.
Well, we're thrilled to have you, and I know that you've said Australia is one of your favourite places to tour. What do you do when
Not
you're
one
here?
of. Not one of.
The? Love to hear that.
Yeah.
Some musicians play golf on their days off and things. What do you do to soak up a city or a country?
You know, when I was in Australia, I was doing that the television show, and gave me a lot of free time. And everybody else they went to bars, they hung out, they did things. I got a backpack, and I would just walk all around Sydney. I had water in the backpack, and sometimes a couple of cookies, and I just take off walking, and I just loved it. It was a good way to get to know the city.
Yeah. Yeah, well, this city loves you, and you love going to the races, particularly when the girls have been overserved, as you've said in the past.
They dress up. The women dress up so beautifully, and I feel bad for them sometimes. You see a woman dressed, to the nines. Beautiful hat, beautiful outfit, and her boyfriend's got Levi's and a T-shirt. Come on, guys.
That's how the girls look going in.
Yes.
I live not far from the race course, and the view coming out, sometimes carrying the shoes and holding a hat full of spew. But that's not everybody.
You know, I've been reading this book about the Beatles, and I remember the last time we spoke to you about the time you were sitting with Paul McCartney, and you wanted to talk to him about Hamburg. And I've just been reading this book, and I get it. I get what you were talking about. That whole era of the Beatles when they were in Hamburg just before they took off was absolutely amazing. But that I just love that story. You say you're sitting next to Paul McCartney, and he says, it's about that time in Hamburg.
You know, I love Paul McCartney because I go, what a sweet guy. Because let me just set the picture. I'm sitting outside of a studio. I didn't want to bother Paul. I'd met him before. He'd had me sing on stage with him for some little thing at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame or something. So I'd met him peripherally. I'm just another musician, though. I'm thinking. He comes out, sits down next to me, goes, "Hi, Chris. How you doing?"
Oh.
And I go like, "Hi, Paul. I didn't want to bother you, but I knew you were here, And he started in talking about the early days of the Beatles and being in Hamburg. And he talked about it for about an hour. It went on. And I was like, it was like Santa Claus coming to you and say, "Hey, Chris, did I ever tell you how I picked Rudolph to be a reindeer?" I was just going, this is so cool. And I didn't bring up Hamburg. He did. Yeah. And I think he did that because he's just a nice guy. And he went, this musician would love to hear about this, and I'm going to tell him.
Have you ever been to Hamburg to perform?
Yes, I have. And I looked at all those places, the Star Club and the places they used to play. And they still have prostitutes running the streets there. And it's hilarious. Yeah. But it makes you realize where they came from. It wasn't all as sanitized as it later became, the Beatles later.
Yeah.
And when you're coming to Australia, you're bringing Kenny, you're bringing the gang?
I am bringing the gang. You have to shoot yourself in the foot to get out of this band.
Good.
I think it's been almost 40 years with these guys. The nice thing about it is we make a set list, but if we want to play something else, we can turn on a dime because everybody knows the tunes.
Yeah. Well, we're like, we just love, whenever you just break into any song, we could be talking about any song. And I'm not saying, just break into a song spontaneously.
I think you might be.
No, I'm not. But I was just, look, see, and it just happens. I can't even say, look, there's the guitar. See, it's just hiding there. It's just hiding there. Like a.
World was on fire. No one could save me but Jonesy and Amanda.
Oh. I love that.
See, they
Love
cut
it.
that out of the version we did, but that was the original.
It's outrageous. Chris, it's always great to talk to you. Head to livenation.com.au to get yourself a ticket to see Chris Isaak live this April. You're coming out for my birthday. That's what it is. I can
Happy
feel
birthday, brother.
56.
56 is a teenager to me. I got ties that are 56 years old. Come on.
We're the
Josie's
same
still
age.
in a nappy, so
We're
that's
the
okay.
same. We're the same age. We're the same age.
I wish.
Well, Chris, it's a delight as always to talk to you. Can't wait to see you when you're here in April.
Yep.
You put on the most incredible show. We'll be there front and
love you.
centre.
I'll be right in the center. You can't miss me.
All right. Give our love to Kenny and we'll see you there.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.